So is it true that avoidants almost always return to their anxious exes? Hi, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I'm a certified attachment style coach and I help anxious attachers break the cycle of avoidant and emotionally unavailable partners so that you can really thrive in your independence and prevent future heartbreak. And today's video is inspired by an email that I received this week because this person very rightly pointed out that there are a lot of videos out there on TikTok and YouTube claiming that the avoidant people almost always return to their anxious exes. And is this true? So this is what I'm going to discuss today. But if you're interested in what your attachment style is, I do have a free attachment style quiz. The link is in my bio. But let's get into this topic. So a lot of this is based on what my experience has been, and those that have followed me for a while will know that I was in a 7-year on and off relationship with a dismissive avoidant partner. This is also the experience of my clients and research that I've done over the last 3 years. So I'm going to talk about whether it's true and why it happens. So the first part of the video, do they come back to their anxious exes? Yes, they do. And this was my experience because this happened to me more times than I can remember. And it's also happened to clients lots and lots of times as well, particularly if it has been a longer term relationship. So why is it that avoidants return to anxious attachers specifically? And I've noticed a few reasons behind this because as a former anxious attacher myself, even though the relationship was really quite stressful for both of us, I mean, I was no angel, you guys. What was clear is that I was really hyper attuned to what his needs were. And I would really work hard and bend over backwards to go and meet those needs without having my own needs met. So essentially what I did was I made his life super easy because I knew, because he'd broken up with me so many times, I knew that if I just was good enough or if I worked hard enough, he would be more likely to stay. And this is not something that I would recommend that anybody does because I can tell you guys, it is so exhausting. You're going to feel so resentful. And every time you have a need that's not met, you're going to feel super rejected. You're going to feel ignored. You're going to feel like you don't matter. And the relationship itself is going to consistently trigger you. It's going to trigger responses in you that are not healthy. And as we know, avoidant partners are not great at meeting their partner's needs, which is why they're often attracted to anxious attachers, because anxious attachers will go out of their way to meet somebody else's needs because they're afraid of that person leaving them. So let's say, as a contrast, the avoidant was with a secure partner. It probably wouldn't last that long because the secure partner is going to have healthy boundaries. Their alarm bells are going to go off if their partner's neglecting them. And because they've got a good solid sense of themselves and high self-esteem, they're not going to stick around for too long. And if we put two dismissive avoidants together, there isn't the glue there holding the relationship together because there is no depth, there is no intimacy, which is something that is crucial in holding a healthy long-term relationship together. So when you have a dismissive avoidant and an anxious attached together, the avoidant is getting their needs met. The anxious attacher isn't, but they've got quite a high tolerance for not having the needs met. It's a subconscious comfort zone for them because back in childhood, you didn't get your needs met consistently. So this is a subconscious comfort zone for you. And also it's something that the dismissive avoidant craves. They craved having their needs met in childhood. They craved attention in childhood, and that is something that the anxious attacher is going to give them. However, when the anxious attacher starts to try and pull this person closer and there are expectations on the relationship, maybe the anxious attacher starts to pressure the relationship, this is when the avoidant is going to pull away. And this is where you're going to have that push-pull on and off cycle because the avoidant's going to pull away, the anxious is going to chase, the anxious is going to pursue, which pushes them further away until the anxious attacher gets sick of doing it and stops. And then that creates space, which gives the avoidant attacher some space to decompress. They feel relieved. But then that doesn't last forever. Sooner or later, they are going to start missing that person. They're going to start feeling nostalgic, which then turns into a kind of longing for that person, and they might reach out. The anxious attacher, depending on whether they've taken this time to heal or not, if they're unhealed, they are likely to get back into this cycle all over again. But you can stop this cycle, you guys. If it is that you are in an on and off relationship with a dismissive avoidant that's not healing or interested in healing, you can stop this. You're going to use this space in no contact to start to address your own attachment style and think about why it is that you think working harder in a relationship is going to help you receive what you want. By consistently ignoring and neglecting your own needs to meet somebody else's is something that you are continually doing. Because we want to stop this, you guys, because this is not what a secure attachment style does. It's not healthy for you. You deserve to have your needs met. You deserve consistency in your love life. You don't deserve to only be valued when you're not there. So yes, avoidants quite often do come back to the anxious attachers, but it might not be the reason that you want it to be. It isn't because they've healed. It isn't because they've changed. It's because they are not getting those needs met. And they might, and this happened to me where they tried to date somebody else, realize that, oh, this person's not for me either, I'm going to go back to her. That could well happen as well, where they go out there thinking that the grass is greener, turns out it's not, and then come back. But again, you don't deserve to be just an option. You deserve to be chosen by somebody. You deserve somebody who wants to know what your needs are, wants to know what your likes and dislikes are, and really wants to have that intimate, vulnerable relationship with you. So if it is that you're trawling the internet, but wondering whether your avoidant ex is going to come back, start trawling the internet for how do I heal my attachment style? And focus on you, focus on what you need, work on meeting your own needs consistently. Because as I've said in previous videos, you won't accept treatment that's worse than how you treat yourself. So if they're dismissing you, if they're invalidating your needs, where is it that you're doing the same? Because the only reason you're accepting that behavior is because it's familiar to you. So do you dismiss your own needs and feelings? And how is it that you can stop doing that? How is it that you can validate, yeah, this is what I need and this is how I'm going to meet it in a healthy way? And get used to having your needs met consistently by yourself. If someone else comes along and they dismiss you, this is going to set alarm bells off, guys. And you're going to think, actually, no, I've got a boundary around this now. I know that I can get my needs met consistently. I don't need this person. I know the kind of love that I deserve now. And if it is that you're in a situation where it's very on and off, very hot and cold, I've helped lots of clients the world over with this very same problem. And I've created a really specific blueprint with the exact steps I took to heal my attachment style from anxious to secure. I do have a few slots available for discovery calls. My email is in the bio. So I hope you found that video helpful. If you did, drop a comment below. I do have a 6-week self-study course coming available soon. Subscribe to this channel for more information on that, but it's an absolute pleasure, you guys, to help you improve your self-esteem. I'm Amy, and thank you so much for watching this video.